Hey guys, it's Ben the Coin Geek at Old Pueblo Coin in Tucson, Arizona. Thanks for being here today. OldPuebloCoin.com, TucsonCoinShow.com, and today I have a Crackout video for paper money. And so this is going to be something a little bit different. This first note actually is not a Crackout. This first note is something that I actually bought at the charity auction event at the Albuquerque Coin Show. And the coin, lots of coins. The banknote was raw, and I said, "That's a nice looking note," and I bid on it, and most everyone else was bidding on the coins, and I got it. And it's one of the few times when I have purchased, a nice banknote that I can get certified and feel like I can actually do okay on. The crackouts, maybe not okay. The crackouts maybe just be for show. This note is a 1914 Federal Reserve banknote, and it came back AU58 EPQ, exceptional paper quality. That is something that a lot of people kind of fight for or try to get. There are, I don't know how many of these Friedbergs that are the 1914 series. I want to say there's several hundred different types between the denominations, the printing style, the signature combinations, the blue seal, the red seal. But if you just want a single type note, this is a nice single type note. This particular note is going to be north of $300. We'll get exact pricing. If the note's available still by the time the video drops, it'll be linked in the video description. Now, crackouts for paper money, I don't do as much. So I sent these notes to PMG. I've got some different notes here that were in different holders. So this PCGS 1918 series, national currency. And we've got a PCGS Hawaii. Sorry about that. I got something in the way here. Hawaii. So a $20 Hawaii note that was in a PCGS 45 PPQ. And last but not least, I had a 233. So this Friedberg 233, a Black Eagle, which was in an old CGA 64 holder. Now these ones are difficult, the CGA holders, because oftentimes the notes are considered to be overgraded. We bought the note a grade down from how they had it graded to try to take a look and take it, not advantage of, but just have the ability to make sure that we can actually sell the note at a fair price. There's a nice note overall. You can see it's got a really good look to it. Nice Black Eagle. That's the nickname for this note. You've got Lincoln and Grant. So, this is about 30 years after the Civil War. So, let's see. That would mean like 1995 in our terms. I was ready to say the 1960s, and bro, somebody's got to keep time. It ain't me. This actually, one of the more interesting features on this note is something that I'm just noting now. Up in the right-hand corner there, it looks like a dollar sign, and it is a U and S for United States. That's kind of a cool little piece. Great paper quality overall. Classic design. Something that I think would be nice to get back to. So we went from a 63, that's right, I said it backwards. We went from a 64 to a 63 EPQ. Good note, this is actually apparently a little bit tougher Friedberg combination. Maybe it's just harder in EPQ. Or maybe it was just wrong on the green sheet right now. I might have to look this up again before we price it. But it looked like it was over $600. An uncirculated note's going to cost you $400, so a choice unk is going to cost you a lot more on that particular series. All right, next up we have this Hawaii note, which was in a PCGS paper 45 PPQ. And I wanted to take it out and see if I could get a better grade on it. Don't think we've done a whole lot of getting better grades on banknotes. You'll see it actually has, under the 97990, there is a little paper crease And I gotta I had a light here, and just like that, my timing is perfect that my batteries went out on my light, so that's no bueno. But this faint white line there under the 9799, that's just a little bit of a paper crease. Maybe I'll just play with my light source here and see if I can do it. Looks like I'm just messing with the focus on everything there. Big, bold, beautiful note, high quality. And paper money is difficult because it's just hard to see sometimes. The difference between an AU and an UNC I consider to be a lot harder than on coins. So we went from a 45 to a 50. This is one of the very few times that I've ever been able to upgrade paper money. And I think there's comps on this note at over $300. We'll have to take a look and see. The green sheet is accurate on some things, and other things just not so much. It's a little bit like the gray sheet. There's certain things where, especially if you get an EPQ, it doesn't have separate listings for EPQ for the exceptional paper quality, but those notes tend to trade higher than green sheet. All right, 1918 Federal Reserve banknote, Boston. Here's a Friedberg 710. So we're going into a series of notes where there's also dozens and dozens of types. This was Choice AU with Washington on the left. So the series 1918 A1, that's Boston. It's not just a steak sauce, something like that. And not a black eagle. Ironically, maybe not ironically, very different eagles. I should just do a video on eagles on banknotes. I actually do prefer this eagle. This is one of my favorite stylized eagles. But beautiful, beautiful banknote. And on this guy here, we went from a 58 to a 58. So same grade, same results, which happens a lot with banknotes, especially if you're trying, well, I don't think that I can get a banknote to go from the same company to the same company because, you know, they track the serial numbers. You can send it in for reconsideration and basically say, hey, I think this note should be graded differently, but that doesn't seem very likely. So anyways, there we go, guys. We have a fun little group of banknotes. This last Friedberg 710 probably retails for that 350-ish range, maybe 375. All right, guys, thanks so much for being here. I'm Ben the Coin Geek. You can subscribe by clicking on the owl button in the corner and watch more videos on the right side of the screen. Thanks.